Please be seated. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 8th Annual Commencement for Millersville University's College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning. I'm Vilas Prabhu, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you Dr. John Anderson, President of Millersville University.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu, and let me add my welcome to all of you on this wonderful occasion. And it's a unique occasion. We honor and confer master's degrees and recognize post-baccalaureate certification, postmaster's certificates, and awards to the graduate class of 2017. It is now my pleasure to introduce Molly Miller, who is graduating today with the Master of Education in Technology and Innovation, to deliver a moment of reflection. After Molly's message, please stand for the singing of the national anthem sung by Olivia Ober, class of 2017. Molly?
Benjamin Franklin once said that without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning. Those of us sitting in this room with full, proud hearts and minds, we know this to be true, not only on principle, but by experience. We know the meaning of improvement because we've seen it. We remember the first paper we turned in thinking we were great writers, only to find out we had room for improvement. We know the meaning of achievement because we've waited for final grade posting at the conclusion of each semester, the longest 168 hours of our lives spent waiting to learn the rating of our accomplishments, to see just what we had achieved. We also know the meaning of success, because in this moment, we have tasted triumph. We have sustained long nights of studying, difficult group projects, and even the dreaded thesis, all while balancing our families, our jobs, and life in general. But we've submerged from the depths and come out victorious, successful. I would like each of you to think back to your very first class in your program at Millersville. Think about the individual who walked into that classroom and compare him or her to the individual that will walk across this stage in a few moments. We know such words as improvement, achievement, and success because Millersville University has taught us the value of continual growth and progress. In the coming years, let us remember the importance of those concepts just as fondly as we remember the professors, the classmates, and the lessons that have changed us for the better. Thank you.
And the rockets
Thank you, Molly, and thank you, Olivia. Well done. I am honored to introduce those members of our platform party who will not be recognized later as part of the ceremony. Please hold your applause until all have been presented. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania is fortunate to have dedicated individuals who serve voluntarily by appointment of the governor on the Millersville University Council of Trustees. Will the following trustees please rise? Ms. Caitlin Bisline, Dr. Richard Frericks, Dr. Michael Warfel, and Mrs. Ann Womble. Also present are the advisors to the trustees, Dr. Anna Borger-Greco, President of Faculty Senate, and Dr. Barry David, ABSCUF, Millersville University President. On the platform are the following members of the administration and faculty: Dr. Aminta Bro, Vice President for Advancement, Mr. Roger Brzezinski, Vice President for Finance and Administration, Mr. Ched Dorman, Director of Diversity and Social Justice, Mr. Brian Hazlett, Vice President for Student Affairs and Enrollment Management, Dr. Mike Jackson, Dean of the College of Science and Technology, Dr. Diane Umbel, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, Dr. Orlando Perez, Associate Dean of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, and Dr. Rita Smith-Waddell, one of our most senior faculty members who is the mace bearer for today's commencement ceremony. Let's give them a round of applause, please. In addition, we welcome special and distinguished guests of the university and members of the administration, and thank our award donors for their generous contributions and participation in the honoring of our outstanding graduate students. Please join me in welcoming these guests as well. Now, as a tradition for this commencement ceremony, we invite distinguished graduate alumni or faculty to deliver the commencement address. It is with great pleasure and an honor this year that I welcome Dr. Dennis Downey. One of Dr. Downey's favorite quotes comes from his favorite singer-songwriter, Jimmy Buffett. The quote goes, "Some of it's magic and some of it's tragic." I love that quote. As Dr. Downey prepares to retire from Millersville later this year, we trust that the majority of his time spent here since 1981 has been indeed magical. We certainly know that he has worked his magic at the university. As longtime director of the University Honors College and as professor of history. He was also very instrumental in getting our multidisciplinary studies major successfully implemented. Dr. Downey has written 5 books during his dedicated service to the university. After years of writing about racial violence, he has moved into the history of disabilities and disability rights. Both topics relate to the phenomena of the other and what it means to be human, a topic that has motivated him throughout the years. He is currently completing a book about the now shuttered Pennhurst State School and Hospital with co-author James Conroy, and the two are also planning a national conference on the subject. Another one of Dr. Downey's favorite quotes comes from Arnold Toynbee, the notion that, quote, "History is something that happens to people," end quote. I'd say that Millersville's history is a lot richer and magical because of his dedication and work. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Dennis Downey as this evening's commencement speaker.
Good evening, and thank you for your presence and your commitment to our graduate students at Millersville University, some 200 of whom will be receiving advanced degrees today. I wondered how I was going to work Jimmy Buffett into this talk, and Dr. Anderson took care of that for me, so thank you. I do appreciate the opportunity to address our graduate students, their families, and their friends. I am thankful that President John Anderson, Provost Vilas Prabhu, Dean Victor DeSantis, and the Commencement Committee have entrusted this responsibility to me. This is an auspicious occasion for our graduates, and it is for the university as well. You have distinguished yourselves by your achievements, and you grace us by your presence tonight. And I think it's appropriate that you give each other a hearty round of applause. Commencements and graduations mark an end and a beginning in institutional life and in the life of an individual. They mark a turning point, or a turning of the page, so to speak, and the opening of a new chapter in personal and professional development. With one eye on the past, these ceremonies set our gaze firmly on the future and on future possibilities. So it is with this in mind, and also with my own awareness that this audience includes a very diverse group of graduate students, each with their own specialties and quite different interests and career paths, that I offer a few reflections. These observations are born of 36 years at Millersville University, a life lived in and outside of academia, and my own musings on the human condition. With apologies to Jimmy Buffett, I suppose. As I hope is true for you, Millersville has afforded me many opportunities. I thought when I arrived here in 1981 that I would stay for 2 years and then move on to a different university. But that was not to be the case, and I am all the better for it. The university has humored me, allowed me to make a range of contributions, and to grow as a scholar and a teacher, indeed, to grow as a human being. I met my wife and we have raised a family. I've been able to research, write, and publish, and to engage in many worthwhile professional and civic endeavors. Against some mild reservations by a few, on the occasion of our 150th anniversary, I was asked to write a commemorative history of Millersville University. An authoritative account of this institution's transformation from an isolated normal school into a comprehensive university with global reach that is filled with distinguished programs and distinguished people. Our students travel the world, and they have a world of information and knowledge available to them through the internet and what we now call a mouse. I know this place and its people, and that is a useful skill set with which to weather the storms of university politics. I am no longer a young Turk, but now what someone has called a seasoned campus observer. And quite by accident, it seems, this kid from Chicago became a Pennsylvanian. Much like the Southern author William Alexander Percy, whom I greatly admire, I have wondered what I might say tonight, what words of wisdom or insights I might share that make sense as you traverse the road ahead. As Thaddeus Stevens told his fellow Pennsylvanians more than a century and a half ago, public education is essential to a democracy, and it is essential to enlightened and informed citizenship. From the start in 1854, Millersville has been committed to serving the public good by providing a high-quality education that meets the needs of you, its citizens. Although the nature of a Millersville education has changed over time, that commitment remains. Put another way, expertise matters. I hope as graduate students you have developed and matured in your scholarly and professional competency. If you have, then we have served you well. Whether your chosen profession is nursing, social work, emergency management, applied technology, education, or one of the fields of the social sciences and humanities. One of the hallmarks of an advanced degree, a doctorate, a master's, or a post-baccalaureate certificate, is demonstrated excellence that prepares you for career placement and advancement. I've learned from my own experience as a scholar, an advocate, and a parent that there is no substitute for competency. Without mastering the subject matter and honing the skills necessary for success, you run the risk of failure, or even worse. But demonstrated competence through proper and appropriate training and experience is a lifelong enterprise that grows more complicated the more one accomplishes. I hope you have found at Millersville a firm foundation upon which to build the architecture of your own success. Since the beginning, Millersville faculty and administrators embrace the importance of competency and subject mastery. In their time, this meant preparing both women and men to be public school teachers. A rigorous classical education and daily recitations in the practice-oriented model school were meant to assure the highest quality of teacher training. Even though Millersville State Teachers College, as it was known, began offering graduate coursework in 1959, this single purpose still held. But a sea change was on the horizon, and we are the beneficiaries of that sea change tonight. Today, we offer dozens of post-baccalaureate degrees, including new doctoral programs in educational leadership, social work, and nursing. The common threads are the desire to fulfill Thaddeus Stevens' vision for public education, serving the public interest, and imparting competence in one's chosen field. Your presence here this evening reinforces the rightness of that mission. But I would like to suggest that competence alone is insufficient to the demands of our common life. There is nothing wrong with career advancement and achieving more through advanced education in one's chosen area of practice. Advancement is self-fulfilling, it is rewarding, and it is personally satisfying. But competency alone, I believe, falls short of the high mark we should set. Mere competency can lead to a blind and narrow-minded egoism that isolates the self at the expense of others. Expertise is no guarantee that you will be a good colleague, a good team member, or a good citizen. I hold compassion with the same reverence that I do competency. Every human being seeks and deserves recognition, respect, and relationship. Compassion reaches beyond tolerance to establish a web of mutuality and shared purpose. It was John Steinbeck who wrote, "When I become we," as if to impress on his readers the fierce urgency of our common humanity. Vulnerability and uncertainty are two principles that adhere in what it means to be human. And it is through compassion and community that we overcome that dark night of the soul, or what Walker Percy called the morning terrors. Dorothy Day said, "We have all known the long loneliness. Quite naturally, disability is our destiny. In a word, we all need help." No university education or advanced degree, valuable as they are, can instill a sense of compassion for others. But they do have the potential to open us up to the possibilities. Whether we call it service learning or community and civic engagement, competence and compassion should be the bedrock of a public university. Compassion imparts its own wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the other, and therefore is a noble virtue. I and thou, Martin Buber said of this interconnectivity. If we have helped cultivate the virtue of compassion alongside the value of competency, then perhaps we have succeeded, and you have succeeded better than we might have hoped. It is not either or, but both that provide for the most complete education and preparation for life. We live in a world badly in need of competence and compassion, regardless of one's chosen profession or walk of life or affiliation. In preparing these remarks, I was struck how many times I used the word hope. And I suppose all writing is, in some respects, autobiographical. The other day, I told Dr. DeSantis that I had my remarks down to about 40 minutes. I think he might have worried that there was a truth behind the jest. But all seriousness aside, let me conclude with one last vignette that may be of some value. Over the years, I've had the pleasure of hosting speakers as different as Thomas Flanagan, Connor Cruz O'Brien, Nell Painter, Dick Thornburg, Alex Haley, Morris Dees, and Thaddeus Davies, among many others. Lately, they have been public citizens engaged in the admirable pursuit of disability advocacy. One of the most remarkable speakers was a towering public intellectual named Roger Wilkins, a civil rights attorney and historian. His uncle Roy led the NAACP for many years, and Roger worked in several presidential administrations. He embodied the virtues I have spoken of: competency, compassion, and service to the common good. He had a wonderful sense of humor, and he was a very good writer. Roger passed away several months ago. From the Millersville stage, where he presented our annual Carter G. Woodson Lecture, Roger spoke of the day when he would meet his people, his ancestors of generations now gone. Of course, he was reflecting on his own death, much as he had witnessed Dr. King do in Memphis in April of 1968. Roger spoke of his people, and he told the overflow crowd in Light Auditorium that they would want to know, what have you done with your life? Some of his people had been slaves, and others had risen to the heights of power and influence in a new nation. Roger said he carried that history and that he was ever mindful of its obligations. They would want to know, what have you done with your life? Roger said it was a question he often pondered, and he hoped his life would provide answer enough when they inquired. For myself, along with my family, Millersville University has given me grist for that mill, and the opportunities to grow and mature while making contributions in and outside of the classroom. I found my professional self here, and I discovered abilities I did not know were within me. For that, I will always be grateful to Millersville University. As we gather to celebrate your achievements, I encourage you to be proud of what you have accomplished. You have done well, and you have earned your distinctions and your degrees. With the proper balance of competence and compassion, there is much that still awaits you. As we gather to celebrate your achievements, I encourage you to be proud. Tonight marks an end and a beginning for each of our graduates. My counsel is to be open to the possibilities, to use what you have acquired here, and be grateful for those friends, families, and mentors who helped you along the way. We are all pilgrims, John Vanier said, so don't forget others on the road who are in need of your assistance. And don't forget Roger Wilkins' story, that you may one day have more to tell your people when someday they ask of you, what have you done with your life? Thank you, and as Clarence Maxwell would say, peace be with you.
Thank you, Dr. Downey, for those thought-provoking remarks. We will now recognize our post-baccalaureate and postmaster students who have completed a comprehensive program of study and earned an endorsement to the Pennsylvania Department of Education in their respective disciplines. We will also conduct the presentation of graduate certificates and awards at this time. I'm pleased to now introduce Dr. Victor DeSantis, Dean of the College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning, who will conduct the presentations. Dr. DeSantis.
Thank you, Dr. Prabhu. My esteemed colleague, Dr. George Drake, Dean of the College of Education and Human Services and the School of Social Work, and I present to you our teacher candidates who have successfully completed post-baccalaureate teacher certification programs. These students have completed the appropriate courses, taken all the required professional examinations, and have performed well in their field-based educational settings. They are now eligible for our recommendation to the Pennsylvania Department of Education for issuance of their Instructional 1 teacher certification. Additionally, as Graduate Dean, I am delighted to recognize those students who have been acknowledged for their outstanding achievements. Our graduate students being honored today have brought acclaim to themselves, their families, and our university. Several awards and certificates that are being presented tonight are for excellence in a specific academic discipline, while others are for overall graduate student excellence. Descriptions of these awards are in your commencement program. Students who are receiving degrees today, in addition to the awards, will be acknowledged for their award during the presentation of their master's degree. Will those students who are receiving certifications, certificates, and awards please stand and come forward to be recognized. Dr. Prabhu will be distributing the certificates and awards. Erin Angela Messer, post-baccalaureate teacher certification in Earth, Space, Science, and Biology. Doris B. Benedict, post-baccalaureate teacher certification, Spanish K-12. Tyler Evans, student in the Master of Science in Psychology program with a concentration in clinical psychology, recipient of both the Grace Scholarship and the Betty Finney Psychology Graduate Fellowship. Jennifer C. Wilkie. She's a student in the Master of Science in Nursing program with a concentration in Family Nurse Practitioner. She's the recipient of the 40 at 8 Endowment for Nursing Education. Christine Q. Tron. She's a student in the Master of Science in Nursing program with a concentration in Family Nurse Practitioner. She's also a recipient of the 40 at 8 Endowment for Nursing Education. That concludes our certification and award presentation. Please join me in congratulating these fine recipients. We shall now proceed with the conferring of master's degrees. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Charity Welch, Assistant Dean, College of Graduate Studies and Adult Learning, who will assist me in presenting the master's degree candidates. Will the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Science in Nursing, and the Master of Social Work degrees please rise? Dr. Anderson, the graduate candidates present have taken all of their examinations and are being recommended for their degrees by the graduate faculty of the college. I recommend that you now confer upon them the appropriate master's degree.
Upon the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the Board of Governors, and the Council of Trustees, I now confer upon you the appropriate master's degree, together with all of its associated rights, privileges, and responsibilities. Congratulations, you may be seated.
Will all of our master's degree candidates please present themselves on stage now to be hooded by their respective graduate school coordinators and receive their diplomas. Dr. Thomas Bell, Professor of Applied Engineering, Safety, and Technology, and Dr. Jason Baker, Associate Professor of Psychology, will assist in performing the hooding ceremony. Jamie, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sakina J. Alston, Master of Social Work.
Jamie Clark, Master of Education, Art Education.
Bethany M. Kalan, Master of Social Work.
Eric Vicente Diaz Perez, Master of Education, Art Education.
Courtney M. Collins, Master of Social Work.
Matthew James Granels, Master of Education, Art Education.
Morgan E. Livingston, Master of Social Work.
Heather E. Lehman, Master of Education, Art Education.
Dahara Martinez, Master of Social Work.
Kara Lynn Livingston, Master of Education, Art Education.
Randy E. Boyd, Master of Social Work.
Laurie A. Lauer-Stoffer, Master of Education, Art Education.
Aaliyah Carol Blair, Master of Social Work.
Jody F. Stauffer, Master of Education, Art Education.
Kaylee Nicole Mikaush, Master of Social Work.
Ayla M. West, Master of Education, Art Education.
Haley Stevens, Master of Social Work.
Audra M. Brackbill, Master of Education, English.
Jenna Meniscalco, Master of Social Work.
Connie Ann Yost, Master of Arts, English.
Taylor Louise Palmer, Master of Social Work.
Bethany Jean Swanson Uniger, Master of Arts, English.
Kelly F. Ott, Master of Social Work.
Jennifer Alt Hoon, Master of Education, English.
Samantha Lee Gilson, Master of Social Work.
Carmen Del Castillo Zerbi, Master of Education, Spanish.
Ryan Bailey Freeman, Master of Social Work.
John C. Bannon, Master of Arts, History.
Stephen Alexander Jackson, Master of Social Work.
Alexander J. Goodrich, Master of Arts, History.
Ashley Elizabeth Davis, Master of Social Work.
Abigail Samantha Gruber, Master of Arts, History.
Laura Elizabeth Golem, Master of Social Work.
Lindsay M. Rushell, Master of Arts, History.
Leslie Blue Bunting, Master of Social Work.
Rachel L. Broggan, Master of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Amanda Elizabeth Kissling, Master of Social Work.
Judith Vaitia, Master of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Amber M. Livingood, Master of Social Work.
Christine M. Glover, Master of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Cassandra Mary Roth, Master of Social Work.
Robert William Gantz, Master of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Rachel S. Doxka, Master of Social Work.
Danielle Elaine Slatt, Master of Education, Early Childhood Education.
Jennifer Victoria Saravia Clay Hold, Master of Social Work.
Amy Elizabeth Murdoch, Master of Education, Gifted Education.
Kirsten A. Shoemaker, Master of Social Work.
Joshua D. McManus, Master of Education, Language and Literacy, English as a Second Language.
Mackenzie Elise Huggin, Master of Social Work.
Megan E. Shoemaker, Master of Education, Language and Literacy with Reading Specialist.
Sarah J. Soreso, Master of Social Work.
Marlene R. Weaver, Master of Education and Language and Literacy with Reading Specialist.
Kelsey Jane McLaughlin, Master of Social Work.
Erin A. Garber, Master of Education, Language and Literacy with English as a Second Language.
Sarah Elizabeth Musser, Master of Social Work.
Elizabeth Ahrens, Master of Education, Language and Literacy with Reading Specialist.
Allison Lynn Baker, Master of Social Work.
Elizabeth Lee Wilson, Master of Education in Language and Literacy with Reading Specialist.
Elizabeth Medina Rivera, Master of Social Work.
Jamie N. Zimmerman, Master of Education, Language and Literacy with Reading Specialist.
Francesca Brianna McAndrews, Master of Social Work.
Catherine Nicole Davis, Master of Education, Language and Literacy with Reading Specialist.
Molly Jo Jackson, Master of Social Work.
Trevor James Davis, Master of Education, Language and Literacy with Reading Specialist.
Kirsten Scarlett O'Hara, Master of Social Work.
Elizabeth D. Bender, Master of Education, Leadership for Teaching and Learning.
Erin Ann Nelson, Master of Social Work.
Karen Brady, Master of Education, Leadership for Teaching and Learning.
Karsten Marie Gobin, Master of Social Work.
Billy J. Corbin, Master of Education, Leadership for Teaching and Learning.
Maisha S. Cousins, Master of Social Work.
Joseph Coons, Master of Education, Leadership for Teaching and Learning.
Jennifer Marie DeCola, Master of Social Work.
Ahmed Karim Al-Musawi, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Shadia S. Anderson, Master of Social Work.
Renee A. Austin, Master of Science in Clinical Psychology.
Cassandra D. Wright, Master of Social Work.
Valerie Joanne Bulicki, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Anjuli E. Ponce Garcia, Master of Social Work.
Kelly Carmen Mason, Master of Science in Clinical Psychology.
Christy L. Swigart, Master of Social Work.
Cameron R. Carmina, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Nicole Evans Blake, Master of Social Work.
Suzette Jane Madinat, Master of Science, Clinical Psychology.
Caroline Ray Schaub, Master of Social Work.
Rosa Catherine DiPiazza, Master of Science in School Psychology.
Justine May Williams, Master of Social Work.
Jessie Lynn Miller, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Samantha Jo Weekly, Master of Social Work.
Brittany Jane Lapp, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Stevie N. Brubaker, Master of Social Work.
Kelsey Lee Brands, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Patricia May Wright, Master of Social Work.
Elizabeth A. Wagner, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Lori Matthews, Master of Social Work.
Maria Delise Rolat de Jesus, Master of Science in School Psychology.
Jenna Eshelman Hoover, Master of Social Work.
Jessica Betancourt Perez, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Rebecca A. Souder, Master of Social Work.
Kimberly Lauren King, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Deborah S. Fisk, Master of Social Work.
David James Ferjanic, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Sean McCormick Lazarus, Master of Social Work.
Elizabeth Mayock, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Courtney Lee Armour, Master of Social Work.
Danielle Pulley, Master of Science, School Psychology.
Francis A. Halligan, Master of Social Work.
Soledad Yaret Arroyo Silva, Master of Education in School Counseling.
Simon J. Dietz, Master of Social Work.
Jennifer Lynn Burton, Master of Education in School Counseling.
Patrick Stephen Gann, Master of Social Work.
Kara L. Haynes, Master of Education in School Counseling and recipient of the James C. Addy Memorial Scholarship.
Jody Ann Good, Master of Social Work.
Molly Elizabeth Jones, Master of Education in School Counseling.
Jacqueline S. Berrios, Master of Social Work and Master of Science Emergency Management.
Janet Teresa Elaine Henninger, Master of Education in School Counseling.
Matthew B. Fields, Master of Science Emergency Management.
Christina H. Warzinikowski, Master of Education in School Counseling.
Kyle John Garrity, Master of Science Emergency Management.
Marissa Ann Rigonati, Master of Education in School Counseling.
Brian Oliver Remy, Master of Science Emergency Management.
Laura A. Witt, Master of Education in School Counseling.
Teresa L. Reneker, Master of Science Emergency Management.
Adam Edward Barber, Master of Education, Sport Management, Concentration in Athletic Management.
Kyle Joseph Jola, Master of Science, Integrated Scientific Applications, Weather Intelligence and Risk Management.
Andrew Joseph Rodensky, Master of Education, Sport Management with a concentration in athletic coaching.
Nathan M. Murray, Master of Science, Integrated Scientific Applications, Geoinformatics.
Philip Robert Marcello, Master of Education, Sport Management, concentration in athletic management.
Evangelos Spiros Tonatos, Master of Science, Integrated Scientific Applications, Weather Intelligence and Risk Management.
Christopher J. Pula, Master of Education, Sport Management, concentration in athletic management.
Jerry Michael Post, Integrated Scientific Applications, Weather Intelligence and Risk Management.
Lauren E. Smith, Master of Education, Sport Management in athletic management.
Brent Joseph Pfeiffer, Master of Education, Mathematics.
Rachel Lynn Struzlecki, Master of Education, Sport Management, concentration in Athletic Management.
Sherry Darlene Ayler, Master of Science in Nursing, Nursing Education. Jeremy
Thomas Sheets, Master of Education, Sport Management, concentration in Athletic Coaching.
Marionette C. Colon Munoz, Master of Science in Nursing, Nurse Practitioner.
Larry Charles Sewell Jr., Master of Education, Sport Management, Athletic Coaching and Athletic Management concentrations.
Elizabeth April Carey, Master of Science in Nursing.
Brittany M. Wiltshire, Master of Education, Sport Management, concentration in Athletic Management.
Amanda Marie Conroy, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Beth A. Covington, Master of Science in Nursing. Jessica Ann Egger, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Jill Christine Faber, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Maria L. Huffman, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Mallory Elizabeth Hull, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Ashley Elizabeth Condravy, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Kimberly G. Ibarra, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Kirsten Elaine Miller, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Ellen M. McCallum, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Julie Ann Morgan, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Kiara Wells Wynn, Master of Science in Nursing, Nursing Education. Nicole Lee Thomas, Master of Science in Nursing, Nursing Education. Rodrigo Jose Ugude, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Diana Velasquez, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Joyce E. Wenger, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Javed Yassin, Master of Science in Nursing, Family Nurse Practitioner. Molly Sue Miller, Master of Education, Technology, and Innovation. Keith Blackwell, Master of Education, Technology, and Innovation. Frank M. Cacaval, Master of Education, Technology, and Innovation. Amal Al-Ghamdi, Master of Education, Technology, and Innovation. Josephine Vincent, Master of Education, Technology, and Innovation. Eric Christopher Johansson, Master of Education, Technology, and Innovation. Michael A. Minchoff, Master of Education, Technology, and Innovation.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our awarding of master's degrees. Let us now recognize these students with our warm applause for their outstanding educational achievements.
Graduates, you have reached an important milestone in your formal education. You are among 11% of the United States population 25 years old and older that have earned a master's or higher degree. Let's take a moment to first extend your appreciation to those who have helped you reach this extraordinary accomplishment. Our faculty recognizes that every student arrives with energy, intellect, and promise. They have challenged you, prodded you, taught you, and admired you. You have asked questions, you have complained, sometimes you have stumbled. However, ultimately you have succeeded, for you are here today to be acknowledged as graduates. Let's give a round of applause to our faculty who helped you along the way, graduates. Family and friends have played an important role in your success as well. Their support and encouragement have been an inspiration and motivation to many of you. Will the family and friends please stand and be recognized by the graduates? Graduates, you have accomplished so much in the time you've shared with us. You have so many gifts to offer the region, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world. As I look into your eyes, I see cures for cancer, advances in technology, progress in world peace, and perhaps an end to famine throughout the world. You are about to set off on the next part of your life's journey. You can expect challenges, but know there will be so many opportunities as well. Persevere, set lofty goals for yourself and others. We are fortunate to live in a free society, but freedom comes with a responsibility to contribute, to give back, to be civically engaged, and to be good stewards of the planet. Wherever you wind up calling home, add value. Look around, ask yourself what you can do to improve the quality of life in your work environment and in your neighborhood. Is it developing a neighborhood park? Starting a wellness program at work? We're all counting on you. As an MU Graduate School alumni, you will always be part of the Millersville family. Remember your roots here with pride, and please return often. I'll even buy the coffee. Now, you have graduated from one of the finest universities of its kind in the nation. You have joined the more than 65,000 alumni who have gone before you. It's time to close this chapter in your life and commence on this new journey. Go forth into the world, make us proud, but more importantly, make yourselves proud. Reach for the highest goal you can. Do great work and make a difference in the world. Be the dream makers. Congratulations to each one of you for a job well done. On behalf of Millersville University, its faculty, staff, and student body, we join your family and friends with us today in extending to you our warmest congratulations and best wishes as you pursue your goals. I would like to wish all of the moms in the audience a heartfelt happy Mother's Day, and let us also remember, yeah, that deserves a round of applause. And let us also remember the men and women who are serving our country throughout the world and who are away from their families and friends. I wish all of you gathered here today a safe journey home, and now, please refer to the last page of your program as we conclude the ceremony with the singing of the first and third verses of the Millersville University alma mater, led by Olivia Ober and performed by the Brass Ensemble. Will the audience please rise and remain standing until the recessional has ended?